Hey everyone, Joe here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Life with Marianne and Joe and the continuation of my Christmas decorating in 2021. If you haven't caught what I've done so far for this year, please check out in the description box. I'll link below the 3 guest bedrooms that I've done so far. And today what I'm doing is I'm working in the master bedroom, the primary bedroom, our bedroom. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be constructing a peacock tree. And I got this idea while I was away on my cruise, and I was walking down the stairway and I saw this beautiful painting of a peacock, and I thought to myself, wow, I think I'm going to try to recreate that on a Christmas tree. So my idea was to have the body of the peacock up on top of the tree and then cascading down from there ribbons and ornaments to mimic the tail of the peacock. And I wasn't going to put any other ornaments on the tree except for in the tail. So, and my goal was to try to use as much stuff that I had already that I didn't have to go out and buy. I was thinking I might have to go out and buy purple ornaments because I wanted that, aqua and purple and green kind of color for the peacock. So I'll see what I can do. I'm going to run over to Costco and Walmart, but I have a feeling they're not going to have it already. But I know I have aqua, and I know I have that fuchsia, and I know I have green, and I know I have gold, and I think those are the things that I'm going to use together. Now I know I used the fuchsia, the aqua, and the green in that one guest bedroom, and I kind of made like that whimsical candy-ish kind of looking tree. But I promise you, when I add the gold in with there, it's going to take on a completely different look. So please join me today as I construct my peacock tree. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm using a tree. This is an old-fashioned tree that I have to put every branch into the main trunk. And as you can see, I start from the bottom. And as you also can notice, I spray painted this tree gold. I used gold spray paint, Krylon probably, and I gave it a nice coat of gold. And I've been using this for a while because it looks different. It picks up gold really nice. And I mean, it's a little bit of a pain because I have to put row by row by row in, and then I have to put the lights in, but it's a nice looking tree. It's a slimline tree. It's, I want to say it's about 20 years old, but it's in really, really good shape. It's surprisingly in good shape. So here we are, and the tree is almost complete in its totality. There we go. That's it. There, all the branches are finally in that tree. The next thing I was going to do is I decided to make the peacock's body out of the foam board from the Dollar Tree, and I made the body first, and I wanted him to kind of look like he was looking back. I then cut the peacock out using a carpet cutter, actually, is what I used. And the next thing I did was I looked up what a peacock looked like, and I used paint from the Dollar Tree to paint his face and also around the edge, just in case what I was going to paste on top of the body didn't cover the edge. I had these aqua colored poinsettia with some silver, and I decided to cut off some of the leaves, and I was going to use those and hot glue them onto the peacock, as well as this gold poinsettia that I was going to use for the peacock's wings and for his tails in the back. So you can see there is the peacock all decked out with his glittery feathers that I used from those glittery poinsettias. Next thing I did was I positioned that peacock up on top of the tree, and I used flora wire. I had made holes in him prior so that I would have place to attach him. And I added blue lights where I thought the tail of the peacock was going to be, just to pick up on the blues that I was planning to use on the tree. Next was I used this glittery gold ribbon to mimic the tail of the peacock, and I cascaded it down the tree. Now what I did was I used floral wire to attach it, and then every so often I would use more floral wire to kind of make those big loops on the tree. So I set up exactly where I wanted this huge tail of my peacock to cascade down the tree. And so can you see how those blue lights are also just highlighting that area behind the gold? And blue and gold always look so beautiful together. And once I add the blue colored ornaments on here, they'll become so subtle that you really won't even realize that they're there, but they do make a big difference. So here we're taking a look at my huge tail on the peacock. Next, I added in these pale blue eucalyptus and other plants to kind of highlight that beginning of the tail area of my peacock. I'm going to use gold ornaments as well as aqua ornaments as well as fuchsia ornaments. And to start, I'm going to make trios of fuchsia, gold, and blue, and I'm going to wire them on the tree in an aesthetic kind of a pattern. I always work in threes and then in triangles, and I keep stepping back on the tree so that I don't have them bunched in all one place. Okay, so we can see here they are distributed throughout the tree. And I started now adding in trios of the aqua color as well as single aqua and single gold and single blue. And notice what I did was I actually took off that little prong at the top and I screwed it right onto the tree. Next, I'm going to use these dark blue mini ornaments. All right, so let's take a look at what I did here. So obviously we saw I put the peacock that I made here, and I used those poinsettia leaves for the body. I painted the face. I used toothpicks in the head for that little cowl that the peacock has. And then I added some gold wings and final tail feathers, because remember, I spray painted this tree gold, so I wanted to highlight that gold. I then added in a couple of these curly Q gold pieces here to add to that tail, as well as some of these ice blue eucalyptus and I don't know what that other thing is there. I then added in some of these aqua Christmas ornaments, as well as some gold and some pink. I didn't have purple, and I went looking for purple, but I couldn't find it. So I used the trio of aqua gold and pink. I then went in with individual aqua, and I added that because I wanted that to be the dominant color. I then went in and I added some pink here and there, as well as some gold here and there. I added in these poinsettia, which had some silver on it, and the aqua color. Next was, obviously was that gold ribbon, which I forgot to talk about. I put a lot of the gold ribbon cascading down the entire tree, and I just used floral wire to kind of pin it in. I then went in and I added in these dark blue ornaments because it set off those aqua dramatically. As soon as I added those in, it gave a lot of depth to the tree. I then went in and I added in this lime color deco mesh ribbon to give it that tail look. So what I wanted here was I wanted this to appear as all of the ornaments on this tree belong to the tail of the peacock all the way down. Because as you see on this side, what I did was I left this part of the tree blank because I want to, it to be understood that this is the peacock sitting up on top of this tree, and his big beautiful tail is cascading down the entire tree. So let me see if I can get a better look for you so you can see how that looks. And I'm not adding anything in here except for those lights. See, so that's how the tree looks from that side. So it works well in the corner. But when you come into the room, all you actually see is the tail of the peacock. Okay, so there is my peacock tree. I still have to do the bottom here, and I have to do the rest of this bedroom. So you come back again to see how I finish off this room. I'm going to put a couple of other surprise things in this room. And like always, I hope you enjoyed this. Once again, I did this with all things that I had. I did not have to buy anything. I mean, obviously I have a lot of stuff. I mean, you guys know that know me. So I just keep reimagining it and rearranging it. And if you notice, it's that same pink, green, and blue that I used over in guest bedroom number 3 with that little bit of a candy theme, but it looks completely different here. It looks like a peacock now instead of that little candy shop. Okay, everybody, take care, and I'll be seeing you really soon. Stay tuned.